Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
This is a movie I want to watch.
Venom 3, The Last Dance.
Yeah, I don't care how good or bad this is. Like the last movie was not good, and I still watch it with great enthusiasm. Great disappointment, but also great enthusiasm because I love the Venom character, like the duality that they have between Venom and Eddie. I really
Yeah.
appreciate in these two movies.
Well,
So
that's what sells this movie. It's not anything else, really.
yeah, this is not Todd McFarlane's Venom. This is not 1990s Venom or anything like that.
I know everybody wants that, but that's not what we're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I have a feeling where things are going to go for this Eddie Brock and this Venom. I
Null
think
and Void.
yeah, I think so. But these are kind of international posters for them. I like this one from Japan. It's
That's cool.
It's a little bit more Harlequin romance novel.
Well, the trailers made it seem like it's a bit of a bromance sort of deal going on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they are in a way. I mean, yes, they both want to end up with. I can't think of the blonde lady's name. Julie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, like Venom just is totally infatuated with her, but like the movie's a bromance between the two of them. The second movie didn't deliver with what they had to work with at all. Like they dropped the ball with the bullets they had that were Woody Harrelson playing Carnage, but they still had that good charisma between Venom and Eddie. So I'd really like that to continue here. I don't want to see Eddie die, but again, they're saying this is the last dance. They want to bring Venom into the MCU, and people that have been in these Sony Spider-Verse type movies cannot be in the MCU, and I believe that includes Venom. So hold that thought for a second. Here's some of the merch, the popcorn merch. We've got the popcorn bucket that we've been seeing. Up in the upper right hand corner there is the yes, the gray man. Keep that in mind. The cup in the upper right hand corner is supposed to be like Venom tendrils all over your cup, and then you've got these holders down below that looks like a black Venom and a white Venom.
Yeah.
The white Venom, I'm guessing, is anti-Venom.
Oh, okay. I
And
was going to
what
say,
that,
I'm not that familiar with the Venom comics or anything.
to my knowledge, anti-Venom was after the Venom suit got ripped away from Eddie, it was given to Matt Gargan, the Scorpion. And so
Oh,
he was Venom for a while, and he was on the Dark Avengers. Um, and then Eddie came back to in order to stop him and all the other symbiote nonsense that was happening as a result. And he had the power of the anti-venom and had a
okay.
white suit like that. And I think that's how they brought Eddie back and made him relevant again.
Interesting.
And then I stopped reading comics. So
That was it.
people are like, that was 20 years ago, you lame ass.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the movie too. So,
Yeah.
and I perfectly agree with everybody. The second one was terrible, but I still watch it anyway. It's like me with the Resident Evil movies. First one's actually pretty good. The rest of them are complete trash, but I love watching them. They're fun. But if you want honest to goodness, like, what do I really think of them? They're bad movies, but I have such a good time watching them.
Yeah, it's my favorite action heroine kicking zombies in the head with like both feet off the ground, riding a motorcycle at the same time. It's like while shooting them. Not realistic, but I'm not looking away, and I'm just like fist fucking myself in the mouth with fistful of popcorn. So keep that movie going. I love it.
Another reason why we do the "How do you fuck it" popcorn bucket segments.
You fuck it, popcorn bucket. Well, it's funny you should ask because some of the food selections that are coming along with
I
Venom
saw this.
have this black goopy skeety venomy symbiote looking goo on it.
Yeah.
And people ask, how do you make said popcorn fuck-it bucket? Well, by fucking it with the popcorn bucket.
That alien Romulus bucket got to come in handy somehow. And I mean both hands, ladies.
And the
Oh,
lady in
God.
this video is really pretty too. And I'm just kind of like, man, that just kind of makes it even hotter.
God, I'm horny.
Jesus.
Let's see here in Marvel news. So Captain America 4, they have retconned all reference to the character of Sabra being an Israeli superhero.
Aha.
In one of the rewrites, they apparently said that she was a mutant, or that she explained that she was a mutant, and she was going to be the person that introduced what mutants were to the MCU,
Okay.
other than Wolverine. And they said, no, we're not going to do that. So basically, now what she's going to be in the newest version of Captain America 4 is a depowered, retired Black Widow.
Oh my God. What are we doing here, people? Like, if you're going to have that character in there and you're not going to at least go all the fucking way with it, don't go halfway, then pull back, halfway, then pull back. This isn't like random sex with a stranger. Come on, you got to get in there and fucking do it.
All the way.
If you got to go in deep.
They half-assed this character from the get-go by not having her in a costume. Whether they reference who she is, where she's from, or what have you, they half-assed it by not having her be that character that she is in the comics. Granted, she doesn't look that cool, but
this is Marvel trying to course correct on stuff, and it's like, wow, it's a little late for that now.
Yeah, like it worked when you course corrected the Mandarin a little bit. Like Winwu was a good character, or they made Winwu an interesting character. It was not the Mandarin, but was still cool. But they course corrected pretty well with that. I don't know how they're going to do with this. I don't care how they're going to do with this. I'm not interested in the character. That's also part of the problem.
Not my Captain America. So
hopefully Buck shows up. I like Buck.
Bucky will probably show up. I'm willing to put money on it, but
I want to know if Bucky got together with Sam's sister. That's really what I want to know. Like,
was that from the show? Because I never watched the show.
Yeah, like in the last 2 episodes, Buck was basically like palling around the boat, just needing something to do, and so he started fixing the boat for Sam, and started flicking the sister shit at the same time because the sister was flicking Sam's shit. And so that's how they became friends. Like, oh, we could both verbally beat up on Sam. How fun. Like, it was actually legitimately a cute scene with them. I did like Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was a bit long, and the bad guys weren't all that in a bag of chips, but it was still a good show. It had a good heart between Sebastian Stan and God, I can't even think of Anthony Mackie. Yeah.
Okay.
So
romance. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious how they get from that then to Thunderbolts. Don't try and just rhetorical question, because it's like, how do you get from like something like that to then all of a sudden Thunderbolts?
It's employment. Without Tony, the Avengers aren't funded. So Thunderbolts are a CIA team that are disavowed. I think that's what that's going to be. So they were never a team to begin with. They just got together. Like, I think Val's going to like try to kill them all at the same time together to save time.
Okay.
And that's how they become a team.
Interesting.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Not the Marvel guy. Sorry, everybody. That'd be Kevin and Chad.
Chad's a DC fella. He's a DC fella.
Speaking of DC.
Yeah. No. This is
Oh, I know.
this is still Marvel. This is going to be live action first shots of Spider-Man Noir, which I thought was going to be
Oh,
animated. So
I thought so too.
this is kind of cool. I'm not sure. I don't know what this is going to be, but I'm totally here for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I thought this was going to be animated too.
Yeah, I love the Silvermane survives in skivvies.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely an older kind of style headline, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd really like if this turned out to be a fun detective type show for Nicolas Cage. I would really love that.
I could see that.
And here's
I like
more.
Nick Cage, so I'll wait to see the outfit though.
Yeah,
The full outfit.
I imagine it should look pretty much the way it does in the game.
I think so.
At least I hope, because it
Right.
looked cool there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, unconfirmed but super fun Marvel news. It is being reported that Logan Kim is being cast as Hulkling in a future MCU movie.
Who the fuck is that?
Amadeus Cho is a prodigal scientist, and I don't know. I don't remember exactly how he got himself gamified, but he's basically a gamma level Hulk type creature that's as smart as Bruce, but late teens. So he's trying to think of just a nerdy teenager that's a genius, like a young Tony, a very young Tony.
Mm.
Not
I'm
as
getting a headache trying to figure that out.
not as douchey as Tony, but
But as
Yeah.
douchey as Mark Ruffalo? Will that work out?
I don't know. His mom is the lady that creates Ultron in the second Avengers movie. So this will end up being her son.
But
Maybe they had a thing and that's what happened. Which I don't know why they're going to bring Hulkling in when they're already trying to bring in Scar.
man, they're bringing in like all the Hulk stuff. I'm wondering if they really got the rights back from Universal then, or if they still hold on to main Hulk.
I don't
This is
know.
strange. We're seeing like Red Hulk, we're seeing Hulkling, we're seeing Scar. It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? We're seeing like the leader, we're seeing half his villains. Like, what the hell's going on?
Maybe Universal figured out that they only had the Incredible Hulk.
Maybe. Or Ang Lee's Hulk.
What the hell? Shit!
Shit, we got stuck with Ang Lee. Crap.
Hate that fucking picture. And I hate people going, well, you know, when you look back on it, it's really not so bad. No, motherfucker, I look back on it and really it is so bad.
The only good parts of that movie are literally when he's the Hulk.
Yeah.
That's it. The movie is fucking boring. I'm sorry.
It's boring. It's stupid.
And I've tried to rewatch it. I am not changing my mind. The Hulk parts are great. That's it.
I learned to eventually like the Mummy and Van Helsing. I can't like Hulk. I can't.
Yep. I call that Ang Lee's Hulk. I don't even call it Hulk.
I don't let my kids watch it. I don't no, it's not good.
I mean, and I like Jennifer Connelly and I like, you know,
sure.
I love the cast. It's just the movie was not okay.
Yeah, like even Nick Nolte, you can't say anything bad about Nick Nolte playing the Absorbing Man, even though they didn't have him playing Graydon Creed at all. Like,
yeah, they had him play his dad.
Yeah, who's not the Absorbing Man. So it was just really weird, but he played a good character for what Ang Lee told him to do.
Right.
So, but this was all, again, very weird times. That was prior to Marvel Studios, where anyone could do anything that they wanted as long as Marvel licensed out the picture.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Anyway.
Jeez Louise.
This will end up being part of the Young Avengers, Hulkling.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we will end up seeing him later on with Billy and Tommy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And the new Hawkeye girl, maybe. Haley, anyway.
Hot guy or Hawkeye? No, I'm kidding.
Yes. So speaking of which, thank
Let's
you,
get spoiled.
Funko, for showing us images of Wiccan and Death for Agatha All Along coming out later this year, or
Yeah,
later this month.
briefly talked about that last week.
Yep. And I was kind of like, well, how badly are they going to show it? No, yeah, they showed it. Okay, well,
Oh yeah, that's right. New episode this week.
yeah. So Brad Winderbaum, that's their new spin guy's name.
Oh,
for Marvel TV. He gets to go on the podcasts and spin what they're up to and tell them, well, we're developing this. Marvel's a developing company now, but we're going to develop more than what we actually produce.
okay.
Yeah, so a lot of good fluff work comes from him. And what he was going on about this
He's a
week,
fluffer?
yes. People are home going, what's that mean?
Google that. Dare ya?
So they were saying basically that this is
Stroke it out, Kevin. Little harder, boy.
you know, it just meep just
And demonetized.
there we go. This is the cheapest of the Marvel TV shows so far, Agatha, and they're basing that it's successful based on that. I don't know that that's technically the way it works, but good on them. And it's what he's saying is not true, that this is all very practical effects. They're not using a whole lot of CGI. They get to a scene where they're in a set for a good long period of time, but otherwise, anytime that they're on the road, for the most part, there's a lot of green screen.
No.
So, like, I'm not sure what kind of CGI that he's referring to, because I do
Interesting.
see a lot of green screen. But for what they're doing, it's necessary. Like, it's not just, oh, we don't want to spend the money going on location. Like,
Well, they also finished this like 2 years ago too. So part of this was shot on the volume during some COVID restrictions, I'm willing to believe.
yes, yeah. And the writer's strike or the actor's strike, so not everyone was available all at the same time. So, but going on with that, I watched it for the plot, and this was the plot this week, basically.
Lesbians?
Yeah. Yeah,
You need 38 more seconds, Kevin?
I do. They were apparently Rio and Agatha had a relationship a long time ago, and they're basically what it is hinting at is that I don't know how she's gotten the name Rio. Rio is the Death. It's the character of Death in the Marvel comics, and that was Agatha's lover, and she had to take Agatha's child. Like, that was just her job, and Agatha took it personally.
Interesting.
And so that's why they hate each other. And so that's part of the story started making the show get interesting again. Otherwise, this episode might have started getting boring, where they're repeating themselves, like having to get through a different part of the road each time they get to a different house, which is like represented by the episode itself. Last week was Real Housewives. This week was Guitar Hero. Basically, like,
Really?
one of the characters, her mom was a witch that burned alive, and
Okay.
they don't know what happened to her. They say she got lost on the road, and she says, no, my mom was burned alive in a hotel fire in Budapest, and she doesn't know how. And then ever since her mom died, her life has gone to shit. Well, there's a demon that's cursed her family for years, and anytime it's attached to that witch, like nothing goes right in her life. And the song that opens up the road that her mother made a cover of was a protection spell. So if they sing it the exact same way that the mother sang it, it would protect this girl. And so it basically ends like they're kicking ass singing this music video, destroying this demon as if they were like kicking ass on the final level of Guitar Hero. And I'm like, son of a bitch, they just fucking kicked ass. They just did play Freebird.
Oh my god, not Freebird.
Yeah, that was the boss song to the first Guitar Hero kids. So people at home going, what the hell is he talking about now?
Yeah, admittedly, I'm not watching this show, but like based on what you've seen so far, how well do you think this is actually moving as far as the plot goes, and do you think it's going to end decent? I mean, I'm not watching this, and I'm not gonna. So,
I think so. It's going better than Acolyte is so far. Like they haven't done any flashbacks, and they're halfway through it so far, and I'm like, good for them.
Okay.
I am enjoying it. I'm not bored yet. Like I said, had they not gotten to the new plot points with Death and Agatha starting to show a little bit of maternal instinct over the teen, it would be getting boring, but they are adding those story elements properly. They're adding them right at the right moment, and it's keeping it relevant for me.
Okay. You got any concerns though with the show?
Yes, and that's going to lead into the next moment, and that they're developing a show on going to find the other brother after this. Now, this was supposed to be a trilogy: WandaVision, Agatha, and Vision. No, I'm okay if they do an extra story, but this just is another sign that they didn't have their shit together at all. Like, all of Phase 4 could have been about Wanda and her family. Like them finding each other throughout different parts of the multiverse and then bringing themselves back together. That could have been Phase 4 in general. And it's like they're just kind of picking up like, oh, hey, that was a good idea. We could have done that. We could do that now. Let's do that now. Do it. So I guess better late than never.
Okay.
But Vision was supposed to be the bookend. So now it's not, apparently. So like now they have to go find Billy. Tommy is the teen in Agatha. Billy, the boy on the left that looks like Quicksilver, who is as fast as Quicksilver, is somewhere else lost in the multiverse.
Okay.
So that's no, not yet. Not yet.
Did we? I had to read this like 3 times. Like, did we find out not Wiccan is Wiccan yet?
Yes, and the sigil, is that a W or is that an M? Yes. Yes, it is.
I made the joke. It's a W upside down. It's an M&M.
It works either which way. Anywho,
Too true.
so that is my concern is
All right.
that they don't have a plan, or that what
Big
they
shock.
thought was going to be their crescendo isn't, and that they might lessen Vision. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Vision, so we'll see what White Vision does compared to Philosopher Vision.
White Vision? That's racist, Kevin.
Racist.
Thank you for watching this clip from our Deadwire live streams every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Did you like this clip? If so, please make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe to this video. Stay tuned to all of our video content. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.